What up, peeps? Welcome back to the flip side. I've been real busy over the holidays. I'm not gonna go into it and say why I haven't uploaded because I know nobody's looking for my fucking videos. So, we got Cornball of the Week. Okay, Cornball of the Week. Actually, Cornball of the Month of December. And this guy has been blowing up all over the internet. I used to watch this guy. I actually used to watch this guy until he became an MK1 shill. Okay? A shill for this game. So let's see what he has to say. And at the end of the video, I'm going to rank on a scale of 1 to 10 how stupid this motherfucker is. So let's just get right into it, alright?
Mortal Kombat 1 haters are dumb. I'm not talking about people with valid criticisms, or even people that prefer other games. That's completely normal. I'm talking about the people with really dumb takes. The people who find any reason to hate the game, and some.
Alright, let's go over this real quickly. Combos are too long, cameos hurt my brain, I dislike the story so whole game bad, not enough content, I prefer MK11 therefore MK1 bad, the game is too hard. Okay. There's some valid takes here. The cameo system is dumb. Okay, if you want to have a cameo system, just put in that mode, and then people will be happy. All right. For the problem with MK1 is that there was only cameos. Some people wanted to do just one-on-one. You know, put more emphasis on the character that they're playing. And it kind of seems like it's just spam cameo, you know. I mean, you gave the people what they wanted, but then you went too far with it. That's the problem. And there are valid complaints about the game not having enough content. All right? Just go on YouTube and look up MK1 missing content, okay? Let's just go to YouTube. Let's go to YouTube real quick and do a little research. Okay, come on. MK1, not enough content. Not enough content. Yep. Yeah, look at all these people. You know? I mean, big guys like Maximilian Dude. I don't know who this guy is. Yeah, MK1 is dying. Yeah, I'm seeing a bunch of people saying that MK1 is dying, and you know, I don't think True Underdog Gaming likes that very much. I really don't think he does, and I think he's hurt by that. I think the game that he's been shilling for so long since last year is finally dying, and I think he had to tell people not to think that way. You know, every reaction has the equal to opposite reaction, as they say. All right, game is too hard. I never heard anybody saying that, but let's just go on with the video.
Sometimes they even make things up just to hate on that too. So today's video is all about them, because it's okay to criticize Mortal Kombat 1. I myself have made entire videos about that, but blind hatred is never cool. But it can be very funny to mock. First up, we have the cameo haters. These people are the definition of insanity, because Mortal Kombat 1 has been out for over 1 year, and yet on any post about this game, you're guaranteed to find these haters demanding the cameos get removed from the game.
No, that's not what we're saying. That's not what anyone that I've ever seen, and trust me, I've watched a lot of Mortal Kombat 1 content and criticism. That's not what we're saying at all, dumbass. What we're saying is that we should have a cameo system because, you know, it's cool. We like that. It's part of Mortal Kombat gaming. It's part of it. But we don't want it to be solely cameo system. We want one-on-one, and we also would like a cameo system, which is what we've been fucking asking for. This guy's stupid. Okay, I'm going a little harsh 43 seconds in, but it's pretty stupid to say that everyone's saying, oh, we want him out. No, that's what's not the case. We don't want it gone. We just want the one-on-one like it's usually been. We want both, okay? All right? Okay, some people want him gone, but, you know, that's just some people. But let's go on with the video.
And they actually think this is gonna work 1 year later. They're still trying this tactic. Like mentioned earlier, it's the definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over again, yet expecting a different outcome.
Yeah, that's kind of like shilling for a game over and over and over and expecting people not to think you're an NPC. You know, just shilling for more AAA content that sucks, and you're just expecting things to get better, and they're not going to get better. They've been getting worse, and you've still been shilling. It's not getting better. It's not. So I think that's a better definition of insanity. Is shilling for AAA trash over and over, expecting people to actually like the game, and nothing's getting better. But you keep doing it over and over.
The cameo characters aren't going anywhere. They're not gonna get removed from the game. Can you imagine what it's like to be one of these people, just sitting in front of your phone or computer screen all day and waiting for someone to post?
Yeah, sorry guys, we're not paying for premium. Sorry, we're not paying for premium. I already saved you guys.
Anything about Mortal Kombat 1 and then immediately spamming delete cameos now in the comments. Just imagine that being your life. Listen, it's
Dude, we didn't have cameos in MK1. We didn't have cameos in MK11. We didn't have cameos in MKX. So, I mean, they've been gone. Like, stop. I don't know what you're saying. Let me rewind that.
From the game. Can you imagine what it's like to be one of these people, just sitting in front of your phone or computer screen all day and waiting for someone to post anything about Mortal Kombat 1 and then immediately spamming delete cameos now in the comments? Just
I mean, dude, whatever, dude. I don't, like I said, the main message isn't delete the cameos. The main message from the people criticizing the game is we'd like it to not be the main function of the game. We'd like, for there to be a system where it's just one-on-one. Okay? I mean, I don't understand.
Just imagine that being your life. Listen, it's okay to want a 1v1 mode added to the game. I myself think that could be fun and interesting to play. But if you're hating on the game solely because it has a new mechanic, then that's just crazy. But
it's not crazy, dude. It's not crazy. It's not. All right? We don't want it to be the main function. I mean, this is cool. This is cool. Like, he's not getting it. He's not getting that we don't not want cameos. We want both. Okay? He's not getting it.
here comes the craziest part. Some of these cameo haters will say that MK9 was better because it had a full tag team mode. That's right, the same people who can't handle cameo attacks are complaining the game doesn't have 2v2. Listen here, child, if you can't handle cameos, then a full tag team mode would have you crying on the floor trying to delete this game, but your eyes are too filled with tears to see the screen. Once again, some of these cameo haters are crazy. They think cameos are annoying and tough to deal with, but can't comprehend that fighting off two full enemies at once would be way more frustrating for them. And since they bring up Mortal Kombat 9, for the record...
Alright. Dude, do you know that do you know that Marvel vs. Capcom exists? Do you know that? I mean, do you even know? Marvel vs. Capcom 2. It's 3v3. Marvel vs. Capcom 2v2. I mean, it's not like people can't comprehend this. It exists. It exists. This guy's trying to say that people just want it completely gone. The cameo's completely gone. That's not what we're saying, dude.
Just so they know, that tag team mode was absurdly busted. We're talking block strings that were impossible to escape. You had to get hit on purpose and then pray you had 2 bars to use Combo Breaker. But then if you did get hit in Mortal Kombat 9, you were guaranteed to die because pretty much every character in that game had a touch of death combo with the right partner. And you're telling me you would prefer that over the cameo system. Now, maybe if that tag team mode was balanced, I would agree with you, but we're talking about NetherRealm here. These guys are the kings of unbalanced gameplay, especially back in Mortal Kombat 9, but even in Mortal Kombat 1, people complain about how the same 5 to 10 characters are overpowered. And you expect those same developers to make a tag team mode that is not crazy broken and super frustrating? You're crazy. Trust me on this. If you can't handle cameos, then you won't be able to handle tag team because it's literally 3 times as complicated.
Alright, bro. You spent a little too long on that one. You spent really a little too long on that one, bro. I mean, you're making a whole, like, a whole ginormous segment on people saying, oh, we can't handle the cameos when people play Marvel vs. Capcom. I play Marvel vs. Capcom. Okay? Remember Smash Bros? Remember when they made that from 4v4? Yeah. To 6v6? Remember? Remember that? 'Cause I do. And my little kitty brain, back when Smash Ultimate came out, could handle that. So stop saying that people can't handle the cameo system when we're literally playing Marvel vs. Capcom and Smash Ultimate. So stop saying that. Just stop.
Next up, I want to talk about the combo haters, but real quick, a word from today's sponsor.
We're not doing that. We're not doing that. I can give a shit about your sponsor, dude.
It's time to talk about the combo haters. That's right, combo haters in a Mortal Kombat game. They exist somehow, even though this series has had crazy combos ever since the very first Mortal Kombat.
Alright, listen up, dude. Listen up. Back then, these old games being made, they were not intended to have these crazy combos that go from one touch to death. That it wasn't meant to be like that. But now that we have more modern technology and we can, program games more precisely, it feels a little unbalanced for there to be like, something very similar to that in MK1. I mean, let's do a little bit more research. Let's do some more research. Let's go to YouTube. Right? MK1 combos too long. I don't know, just whatever comes up. I don't know. Yeah. Look at that. Look, don't you think that's a little insane? That's a full life combo right there. 1076. 51, that's half life gone. I mean, that's okay, honestly. I mean, that's fine. I don't really care. But you know what I'm saying. And he knows what we're saying. Actually, I don't think he knows what we're saying. That's the point. He's not understanding the criticism. He formed some sort of version of our criticism in his head and blurted it out in whatever amalgamation of word salad he's putting in this video.
Game. If you think Mortal Kombat 1 didn't have high damage combos, you're crazy. If you think Mortal Kombat 2 didn't have touch of death combos, then you're crazy. And if you think Mortal Kombat 3 didn't take those combos and crank them up to 11, then you're also in denial. And I bring that up because usually the biggest combo haters bring up the old Mortal Kombat games and say that's when the series was best. Well, buddy, I hate to break it to you, but those games had crazy combos too.
Dude, you know why I went on that segment about the combos, and I showed you that 1000%, that full life combo video? Because I knew exactly where he was going with this. I know exactly where he's going with this, dude. And I hate to break it to you, but when Mortal Kombat was at its best was MK9 and MKX. That hot take of mine, MK9 and MKX, that was the best. Okay? That was the best. I might not agree that NetherRealm did a good job rebooting the series. I think that was a big mistake. They should have done something with Armageddon instead of just having everyone die and restarting the timeline. But MK9 and MKX, that was when it was at its best. And we didn't have the shit that we're complaining about right now. So shut the fuck up, dude, and move on to a different subject.
The only reason you don't know that is because you never fought against skilled players. And that's okay, but don't stand here pretending like you know what you're talking about. To break it down in simple terms, a combo hater is someone who believes that Mortal Kombat 1 is bad because the combos are too long, or the combos do too much damage. You think I'm joking, but these haters actually exist. And at first I wondered where these people came from, because Mortal Kombat 11 had crazy...
Look, dude. Do you think we didn't criticize this either? Do you think we didn't criticize how busted the damage is here with this combo? I mean, look at this. That's kind of long. Like, you're assuming that no one criticized this. Okay, MK11 is one of the more hated modern Mortal Kombat games. So, I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, people were fine with this. No, we weren't. No, we were not.
Combos too, 70% damage or more, and the combos were easier. And sometimes you didn't even need a meter. 1 or 2 crushing blows into fatal blow, and boom, 80% damage in one combo. So where were all these combo haters during Mortal Kombat 11? But that's when I realized they were hiding. That's right, they knew their opinion was dumb, and that people would mock them for hating combos in a Mortal Kombat game. But now that tons of people are hating on Mortal Kombat 1 for various reasons, these combo haters now feel emboldened to speak out. So let me...
Alright, bro. Alright. Dude. Nobody was hiding. Nobody was hiding. The problems were not as apparent until MK1 came out. Okay? Because there was already shit going on with the game. But now we know that this game fucking sucks. Of course people are gonna feel free to voice their opinion. Like, what are you talking about? People were hiding. We were not hiding. We were not hiding. Dude. What, like... Rewind that for the people in the back.
Combo. So where were all these combo haters during Mortal Kombat 11? But that's when I realized they were hiding. That's right, they knew their opinion was dumb and that people would mock them for hating combos in a Mortal Kombat game. But now that tons of people are hating on Mortal Kombat 1 for various reasons, these combo haters now feel emboldened to speak out. So
dude, do you have such cancer in your brain to think that MK11 wasn't as... I'm totally speechless. Do you have such cancer in your brain to assume that that the problems were not as bad in MK11 as they were in MK1? Hate to break it to you, buddy. But now that all the problems with MK11 are just exemplified in MK1, that's why you have more people hating on this game. Because shit wasn't fixed, it just got worse. It just got worse. Okay? It wasn't as bad as MK11 at the time. That's why we have more haters in MK1, because it's worse. It's worse. MK1 is worse than MK11. Dude. So of course there's going to be more haters. Nobody was hiding. We were here the whole time. It just got worse. That's why there's more people speaking out. Idiot!
So let me be the one to call you out. If you truly think Mortal Kombat 1 is bad because the combos are long, then you are dumb. Mortal Kombat 9 had long combos, Mortal Kombat X had long combos, and in Mortal Kombat 11, the combos were long too and required less meter. So
we're not dumb for thinking that the situation has gotten worse. We're not dumb. We're not hating. Like, we weren't just born out of the womb not knowing anything about MK history and being, oh, the combos are too long in this game, that's why it sucks. No, that's not the case. It's just gotten worse and worse over time, and that's why you have more people hating on this game. You think we weren't complaining in MK9? You think we weren't complaining in MKX? You don't think we weren't complaining in MK11? And now all of a sudden, why are so many people complaining about MK1? Shut the fuck up, dude.
So the fact you're complaining about Mortal Kombat 1 proves you're either lying about having played the past games, or you only played with your buddies, which once again is completely fine, but stop pretending you know what you're talking about.
No one was lying in the past games. Nobody was lying. We were still complaining in MK11. But to see that the problem hasn't been getting solved in MK1, that's why we have more haters. Dude, no one's lying about anything. We're just seeing the franchise get worse and worse.
The Mortal Kombat series has always had crazy long combos since the very beginning, and in fact in the 3D era these combos got even crazier, so it really does perplex me how people hate Mortal Kombat 1 for having long combos. In my mind, they're either brand new to the series or only played it at a really casual level and never tried to learn the combos.
What the fuck is wrong with playing at a casual level? I mean, you can learn combos and not have to play competitively. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? You can play casually and learn combos. You can get skilled at the game and not play competitively. What are you talking about? What if I'm a casual player and I learn combos and I'm like, man, this combo seems a little bit long. It doesn't really seem fair. You know? Like, what if I learn all the broken-ass combos, and I have this guy, I match up with this one guy who's new, he's like bottom barrel rank, and I absolutely crush him because he doesn't know what to do against my 70-something% combo or whatever, hypothetical. That doesn't seem fair. And don't forget, it's first to 3. So I already annihilated round 1 for him. And I'm going to do the same in round 2. It doesn't seem fair. It's not fair.
Alright, but next up we have the story haters. These people
Alright, dude. I can't wait to hear what he has to say about the story. I can't fucking wait. Because this was the worst story ever. In the history of fighting games. Okay, maybe not the history of fighting games, but one of the worst in the history of fighting games.
pretend that a bad story mode immediately makes the entire game garbage. And you know what that means? They're not fighting game players. Plenty of great fighting games have terrible story modes, but guess what? The gameplay is still incredible, and that's what fighting game players are here for.
You know what we're also here for, jackass? Because we love the characters, because Mortal Kombat used to be the kings of fighting game stories. I mean, for God's sakes, my favorite fighting game character in history is Raiden. Okay? He's one of my top 3 fictional characters of all time. Raiden. Why? Because the stories were so goddamn good! And now look at this. Fucking trash! And no, we're not saying that the game is bad because the story sucks. But we are going to say that if a large chunk of the game is the story mode, you know, the next portion of Mortal Kombat history that we've been looking for. Oh, what's going to happen with Raiden? What's going to happen with Liu Kang? What's going to happen in this new timeline? And we're looking forward to that. We buy the game, and then this shit. We have this shit. So yeah, the criticism is very valid for this game. And no, people with a brain in their head are not saying the game is bad because the story's bad. Alright?
Spoiler alert, most gamers buy the game for the gameplay, not the story. That's what movies are for.
Okay. I bought the game for the story. Sorry, bruh. I bought the game for the story. And I'm not the only one who bought the game for the story. Maybe I want to experience... I want to experience the story. I don't want to just watch cutscenes. I want to actually play the game. I want to play the story. That's why I bought it. That's why I bought it. If I didn't want to experience the next episode of Mortal Kombat story, I wouldn't have bought the game. Okay? That's part of the experience, is buying the game, playing the story, you know, experiencing it. So, yeah, a large portion of people that play fighting games with complex stories buy the game for the complex story so they can experience it. Dumbass.
Now, of course, if the story is great, then that's a fantastic bonus. I love when video games have great stories, but it's not why I buy a fighting game. For example, Tekken 7 had one of the worst story modes I've seen in recent memory, but guess what? I loved that game. It was crazy fun, and I played it every week with my buddies because Tekken 7 is fun. Yeah, it was fun to mock the story mode because it was so terrible, but it's not why I bought the game, so who really cares? And
Alright, different strokes for different folks, okay? Different strokes for different folks. But don't sit here and say that, oh, your criticism isn't valid because people should buy the game for the gameplay. Shut the fuck up. Who are you to tell us what to do? Who are you to tell us? Oh, you have to buy the game for the gameplay and not the story. So if you're buying the game for the story to experience the story, you're doing it wrong. Shut the fuck up.
For the record, Mortal Kombat 11 had a much worse story mode. There was a new plot hole in that story mode every 15 minutes, and the...
Okay, before he goes any further with the MK11 story, at least we still had the characters that were the characters since the beginning. Raiden was still Raiden, Thunder God, what else? You know, Kuai Liang was Sub-Zero. Hanzo Hasashi was Scorpion. They completely just ripped us a new one and said, you know what? These characters are not even the characters you knew anymore. We're changing them here. This is Scorpion now. This is Sub-Zero now. Screw you, NetherRealm. Screw you. What happened to Raiden, who was this cool Thunder God who could take out hordes with his powers, who could give life advice to characters in the middle of the cutscenes, you know? Nope. This is your characters now. This is your characters now. Look, like, that's why we're mad, okay? That's why.
Characters acted like idiots all the time, and the main villain was garbage. Kronika is literally the worst Mortal Kombat character ever made. Yes, I'm counting D'Vorah. Kronika is worse than D'Vorah. She supposedly made the entire universe, yet is somehow the dumbest character in the story. If you don't believe me, I made a full video about it. I'll put it right here on screen. Check it out if you want to see why Kronika is such a bad villain. Mortal Kombat 11 had such a bad story mode that it makes the MK1 story haters even more hilarious, because a lot of them.
You know what I am going to say? The MK11 fights were better than the ones in MK1. No! Yep, they were. Remember Fujin versus Noob Saibot? The best fight scene in the entire game? The best one-on-one? Because other than that, the best... Remember Liu Kang versus the three Revenants? Remember Dark Raiden versus the Netherrealm Horde? Remember Raiden versus, the Netherrealm Horde again? Remember Shang Tsung, Nightwolf and Fujin against Garrus? Remember when Cassie Cage busted into the Black Dragon Fight Club and started going John Wick? Remember Sonya versus both Kanos? Where the fuck is this in MK1, idiot? Where the fuck is that? Not there. Guess why? Because you guys don't know how to do good fucking story mode, NetherRealm. I mean, you did. What happened? What happened? Remember... Dude, I can't. Like, I'm not saying MK11 was the best story mode. I'm just saying that, yeah, it was better than MK1. And yeah, I might be glazing, but when you're saying how much better MK11 story mode was than MK1, it seemed like you're glazing because the MK11 story mode was just so much better.
Will defend Mortal Kombat 11 in that same comment, and that's how you know their opinion is terrible. If you think Mortal Kombat 11 had a good story, then you must also think that Spider-Man 3 is the best in the trilogy. And
alright, those don't equate at all. Those are not the same at all, dude. Like, those are not even on the same level of anything that you just said. They're not even on the same level. So just be quiet and move on to the next subject. Enough about the story. Okay, move on. Because this was the worst. This was worse than the combos. Than the combo take. And the cameo take. It just gets worse. So move on.
there's no defending that. An opinion is an opinion at the end of the day, but don't be shocked when 90% of people make fun of you for having a terrible one. Now,
Hey, dude. Opinions are like assholes. Some are properly cleaned in the shower, and some people don't fucking shower. So, guess whose opinion is like an asshole who didn't fucking shower? Yours, bro. So, just move on, bruh. Alright, continuing the video. My dogs will not be quiet.
I'm not going to pretend that Mortal Kombat 1 has a perfect story mode. I'm not a big fan of the multiverse shenanigans, and I also don't like many of the changes made. I understand it's a new era, but having Hanzo not be Scorpion feels weird, and having Sector and Cyrax changed into women also feels weird and unnecessary. There's plenty of things I don't like about the new story in Mortal Kombat 1, but I'm not going to pretend that makes the game bad, because it doesn't. Not only does Mortal Kombat 1 have much better gameplay than Mortal Kombat 11, but the story mode was also better too.
I'm gonna pretend you didn't say that.
That's my opinion. You can disagree, but I think way more facts are on my side here. Alright, but now finally, it's time for the last group of haters. And that's the people who claim Mortal Kombat 1 has no content. That claim is outright absurd to say out loud.
Alright, I already went through that claim, bro. I already went through that claim, so I'm just gonna let the video play out. I'm gonna let you yap, and that's gonna be how it is, bro.
And to make things even crazier, these same people will claim that previous games had more content. For example, they'll jump to MK9 because it had the challenge tower. Boy, that challenge tower was completed by most players in a week or so, if not the first month. It was guaranteed to be done with. And once you completed the challenge tower, there was no reason to keep playing it. Now compare that to Mortal Kombat 1, which has the Towers of Time that always give you new modes and new
Dude, it's so fucking competitive. I mean, it's so repetitive. I hate that. I hate that shit. And there's no crypt yet, dumbass. There's no crypt. And there's not enough skins. And shit like that. And yeah. So that's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna just let them yap.
challenges and new unlocks, and also the invasion mode. I know plenty of people don't like invasion mode, but also a lot of people do now. It's gotten a lot better. And every 60 days or so, we get a fresh new invasion mode with more stuff to unlock and more reasons to play. So no, Mortal Kombat 9 did not have more content than Mortal Kombat 1. And
no one's saying MK9. Okay, alright. Maybe there are some people saying that MK9 was better than MK1 when it came to content. Okay, I'll give them that. Maybe there are some people. I don't know. I've never heard people saying that. So that's why I just blurted that out of my mouth. But we're going to move on. I am going to say, though, that MK11 did have more content than MK1. Oh, what happened to Test Your Might? Where's that at? I mean, did they substitute that for the parts where you had to mash the button in the cutscene in MK1? Did they sub it out for that? I don't know.
honestly, Mortal Kombat X had less content than both, and yet people still praise Mortal Kombat X because it has fun gameplay. Oh, but the crypt, don't forget about the crypt. Mortal Kombat 9 had the crypt and it was super fun. Most things to unlock in the crypt were hot garbage, and as a result, 90% of players went online to find out where the best stuff was, they unlocked it, and then never went into the crypt again.
Bro, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It still had the crypt. It still had the crypt. It doesn't matter if there was stuff that was hot garbage. It's still there. It might be garbage, but if you're saying that, you know, oh, MK1 has more stuff than MK9, well, you can't really make that argument when it comes to a crypt, buddy. It doesn't matter if there's stuff that's garbage. You can't make that argument. It's like saying that, oh, I have more coins in my box, but I have more gold in my box, but look at all the silver you have. That's a big box of silver. That's bigger than mine, but, you know, I still have more than you because silver sucks. No. If I have a bigger box of silver than you do gold, you can't make that argument.
Because once again, most things in there were not worth unlocking. So no, Mortal Kombat 9 did not have more content.
And I do want to say, neither gold or silver are garbage. I'm just making a hypothetical. So don't even.
Than Mortal Kombat 1. In Mortal Kombat 9, once you finished the challenge tower and unlocked the few things in Crypt that were actually worth unlocking, all you had left was the online. Oh wait, no you didn't, because the online in that game was terrible. The lag was real because there was no rollback yet. But then we have the Mortal Kombat 11 defenders, and this is where it gets hilarious. When you ask these haters how Mortal Kombat 11 has more content, do you know what they say? Oh, there's more costumes and gear stuff to customize with. Son, you listen here. Nobody buys Mortal Kombat to play dress up. Having more fashion options does not make the game better, and most people would not even count it as content.
There is an argument to say that it does. Okay? Maybe I like my characters to have more costumes. I'm not saying that all I did on MK11 was go on there and, you know, put on stuff from on the characters. Heck, you know what? I only did that once. I did that for one video. And it wasn't even that long. I mean, it's more fun. I am going to say that. It is more fun to have more costumes. Noob Saibot, I argue, had the best costumes in the game. So, I'll give MK11 that. And, by the way, you didn't even have to play online to get the Kombat League skins. If you played the towers enough, you could get Kombat League skins. I mean, I'd rather do that than have to bust my balls against scrubs online to get Kombat League skins. I mean, dude, it didn't even take that long either. It didn't even take that long. If you got like up to like top 5%, you got the skins. Am I wrong? It was like top 5 or below top 5. If you just played the fucking computers enough, you could get all the premium skins. I'd rather do that than have to rage and throw my controller because I keep getting the same fucking combos over and over against scrubs. I'd rather not play scrubs to get the good skins. Seems like a waste of time, and it seems like a waste of my emotions. I'd rather just play towers and get the Kombat League skins. That seems like a win to me. I don't understand.
Having more costumes and stuff to unlock in your game does not make it better. And furthermore, if you look closely, a lot of those extra costumes are just the first 2 costumes with the assets mixed around to make it look like a new costume, but it's actually not. Now don't get it twisted, I think having extra costumes is cool, especially with the DLC characters. I think Mortal Kombat 11 did a good job in that regard. I don't disagree that it's awesome to have more costumes, but I will say that if you think having more stuff to unlock means more content outright, then you're simply wrong.
I just gave you the hypothetical about the coins in the box. So, I'm not going to repeat myself again, but go back in the video and listen to it.
Mortal Kombat 11 had Towers of Time, which was cool, but Mortal Kombat 1 has that too, along with Invasions and pretty much every other mode that Mortal Kombat 11 had. The only game mode that Mortal Kombat 11 has and Mortal Kombat 1 doesn't is the AI versus mode. And I know darn well you're not playing that, because if you're wasting time in that mode, then, well, I just kind of feel bad for you.
Okay, yeah, he's right. That shit was ass. That shit was straight ass. I'll give him that. You got 1 point. You got 1 point from me, alright? That's it. You got 1 point from me. That AI shit was straight ass.
It's not fun. The crypt was fun though, and I do hope that in the next Mortal Kombat game, NetherRealm brings it back. However, at the same time, I'm not going to pretend that having the crypt suddenly makes Mortal Kombat 11 great, because just like in Mortal Kombat 9, most players beat the crypt in under 1 month, and then had no reason to ever go back down there really. Which is why in the grand scheme of things, you can't claim that it's extra content, because it was gone immediately. As you can see, Mortal Kombat 1 has a lot of haters, and like mentioned at the start of this video, I'm not referring to people with valid criticism or people who simply dislike the game or...
Yeah, you are referring to people with valid criticism because you're making arguments against valid criticism. You are, dude. You know what this guy's issue is? You know what? I'll save that for the end of the video.
Prefer a different game, that's completely valid and very normal. Today's video was just about the haters, people who look for any reason to complain about Mortal Kombat 1 because that's a popular opinion to have right now. It's kind of in vogue to hate on Mortal Kombat 1, but honestly, a lot of fighting games right now are being hated on by their community. For example, I hear Tekken 8 is getting a lot of hate from its audience, and Guilty Gear Strive is getting a lot of hate from its audience, and as a result, Mortal Kombat 1 having haters is nothing new, but even so, I wanted to point out how ridiculous some of these arguments are. Like the title of my video says, Mortal Kombat 1 haters are dumb. Thanks for watching everyone, and I hope you enjoy.
Alright, yeah, I'm not subscribing, I'm not liking and sharing. Be quiet. You know what this guy's problem is? And I'm gonna... You know what that guy's problem is? He's taking the absolute worst arguments possible and making a video trying to disprove them. He's taking like the absolute NPC arguments when there's actually valid criticism out there that he simultaneously is trying to disprove. Like, he's saying that, like, oh, I'm not making video against valid criticism. Yeah, you are, when you're saying that that there's less content, that the combos are too long, and what else? The cameo system, and he's taking the most simplified, dumbed down versions of those arguments and making a video about that. And he simultaneously, he's missing the points that the haters are making entirely. So that's this guy's problem. So on a scale of 1 to absolutely retarded, go to Arkham Asylum level 10, I'll give him a 7. I'll give him a 7 because he made a point about that AI mode, and that shit was ass. Okay? But it turns out that it turns out that shilling for a shit ass game, for when you put all your eggs in one basket, when you put most of your eggs in one basket, it's really not gonna work. Okay? And he's been shilling for that game for way too long. I think it's time to stop. I think it's time to stop. You know? So, True Underdog Gaming, if you ever see this message, I want you to know that it's not too late. It's not too late. I hope you have another job besides doing YouTube content, online content, because then at least you would be contributing something productive to the world. You know? Even if you got a job at a supermarket, that's a lot better than what you're doing now. It would be a lot better than that video that you just made. I don't know how much money you made off that video, bro, but making less money at a goddamn grocery store being a cashier, and I'm not a cashier, but doing that and making less money than you made on that video would be 10 times better than all the blabber that just came out of your mouth, bro. It's never too late to start doing something productive. And if you are, try to better yourself every day. I'll tell you that. Try to accomplish something better every day. So that's about it for me. First video of the new year. That's basically all I have to say. So hope you enjoyed the video. And with all that said, I'll see y'all next week back on the flip side. Peace out.